Hello, it's me James and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks and tutorials, and of course we like to do this in complete survival. In today's video I want to show you the top 3 most OP farms in the current version of the game. With that being said, let's jump straight on into the video. First of all, I want to talk about the super OP XP gold farm. Now, this thing is by far one of the most powerful farms I've ever shown on my channel. At the moment, I've not got this set up with a trident killer. Well, I have got a trident killer set up. I'm just using the full damage system. Let me show you what that looks like. All it is a load of pigs falling down to their death. However, the reason I'm using just the full damage system as it is at the minute is because you only get rotten flesh and golden nuggets. And both of these are really useful for me. The golden nuggets because literally I can make so much gold, as you can see. And the rotten flesh, well, I'll get onto that a little bit later. Now, the reason I'm not getting any XP right now is because I'm not using the trident killer part of this system. If I was using a trident killer, I would get some ingots. I would also get a hell of a lot of enchanted golden swords and just normal golden swords. I mean, I could smoke these down, but that does take a long time. You can get XP from disenchanting those swords, but you also can get XP, as I said, from using a trident killer on this farm. If you want to build this very farm that you can see right here, and again, it is super OP, I'm going to leave a full tutorial in the description below. That's going to show you in detail how to build this farm. This gold farm is by far one of the most OP farms I've ever built in Simply Survival. So yeah, if you haven't built it, build it. OP farm number 2. Now, I'm pretty surprised that this thing still works. I was pretty certain that it was going to get patched, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is, of course, the OP zero tick kelp farm. Now, if I turn this on, you can see that this thing makes kelp at an extremely fast rate. And to top it off, you don't need any fuel. Literally no fuel, no bone meal. It does it automatically. Now, some people, because this is so OP, actually class this as cheating. However, I mean, it is a farm you can literally build. So for me, I mean, it's super good. As you can see, I have so much kelp. As I was saying, for me, I like this system. And yeah, you can do a lot with kelp, believe it or not. We all know you can literally eat kelp. So it's a pretty good food source if you get so much of it. It's not the best, but if you've got nothing else, I mean, it does the job. Secondly, we can actually put it through a composter to make ourselves some bone meal. This bone meal can be used to charge up farms like our sugarcane farms and, you know, other farms like that. And yeah, we'll get unlimited sugarcane as well. Pretty nice. Now, you can actually get a small amount of XP from smelting kelp down. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. You can see there I got the tiniest bit of XP. If you literally scaled this up on a huge scale, I mean, have, I don't know, 15 to 20 furnaces, then maybe it might be worth like trying to use this for XP. Otherwise, it's not really that great for XP. But you know what kelp is good for? Fuel. You can see here that I'm quite literally smelting kelp, using kelp. In return, we get dried kelp, and we can literally make some dried kelp blocks. These can be used for either like decoration. I don't think you can eat the blocks. I mean, that would be pretty strange. Yeah, you can use these as decoration. They kind of look like Christmas presents. Or, as I said, you can use them as fuel. You can use them to fuel literally anything as well. So this is going to be a really OP and fast way to get a lot of fuel. Now, there is one more thing you can actually do with these blocks just here. But before I show you what we can do with them, I'm actually going to show you how to build the farm. This thing is super simple to build. All the items that are required are in this chest right here. I'm not going to read them out. Just literally pause the video and grab the items. Now, once you've got the materials required, one more thing that's really important for building this, you want to make sure that this is fully inside a chunk. I know that mine's inside a chunk. I've lined mine up with this, and I've counted so many blocks this way, so I know that mine is literally inside of a chunk. If you do this on the edge of a chunk or something like that, you risk getting like spillage and stuff like that, and of course, yeah, we don't like spillage on this channel, so let's continue the build. build. First of all, what you are going to want to do is grab your redstone torch. I've dug out a few blocks like this, and that's exactly what you're going to want to do. In the first block that you dig out, place a redstone torch. Right here, you're going to want to place a repeater, and then on the floor, you're going to want to grab your redstone dust and simply place a redstone dust there. At this point, you can get 2 solid blocks, crouch, place them either side of the repeater. You will then notice the repeater to start flashing. We'll grab our lever and place it on that front block, and we have then stopped our circuit from flashing. So we've got 2 holes here. This is important to get the farm to work. If you don't have this, your farm potentially may not work. Now what we're going to do is place 2 sticky pistons here like so, and once we connect this redstone up like this, the next of the pistons will go over those empty blocks. We're now free to add some sand to this build. We're going to add 4 pieces just like that. I should have mentioned at the start that this double chest is actually part of it, or at least it can be part of it. I would add it because you get so much kelp that these things fill so fast. What you're going to want to do 2 blocks away from the sand is place a double chest. On the back of that double chest, crouch place and place 2 hoppers. Then we want another double chest. Again, this is definitely required, although you could flip it around so it looks half decent. As I said, this is required. You are going to get a hell of a lot of kelp from this farm. After that, let's finish off by adding our 4 hoppers just here on the back of that chest. Now grab some solid blocks of choice and simply go from this hopper all the way down to the neck of the piston. 1 above the sand, 1 here, and again, let's bring it all the way down to the front of the chest like that. In fact, I'm going to make mine match that one. So I'm going to remove those 2 bits right now. So I'm just going to bring this all the way up like that, and then bring it all the way across. In fact, you don't really need the end piece. You're not going to see it. What I'm going to do is just bring this 3 blocks high like this. At this point, we're going to want to bring the back up as well with a couple pistons like that, and that is going to knock down our kelp. I also need some access to the back, so I'm just going to knock that piece out. I need to think about connecting those pistons up. It's super simple. We're going to place a torch here, a torch there, like so. Now, we're going to need to place some solid blocks, as you can see on this one. So, what we will do is bring it round at the back of those pistons, like that, and bring a block there. I've actually had to grab 1 more torch. Place that torch there like that. Bit of redstone connecting all of them up. And also, we're going to want to place a couple solid blocks on top of those pistons, of course, to prevent any spillage. And finally, this is an important part of this build. We're going to place a hopper there and a hopper there. They are not going to work. That is just going to be waterlogged, and this is going to allow our kelp to grow properly. One thing I've noticed, I've placed this torch in the wrong place. You want to move that and place it on the side of that piston. Super easy fix. We're just going to come to the front, and you can see that all that does will close the pistons now, and that's exactly what we want. Now all I'm going to do to prevent spillage, put a couple glass panes there, because we're going to start to add some water. So as I said, we're going to waterlog that, and then we're going to waterlog that, and then what you can actually do is use kelp to like grow up, and it will make that kind of a full block of water inside like that. To do that, you are going to need 4 pieces of kelp. Obviously, you're going to need 2 to start the farm anyway. At this point, you can pretty much seal it up because we are ready to make some kelp. Couple of blocks here, and we are fully complete. As soon as I pull this lever, this thing should start producing kelp super fast, and as you can see, it is doing just that. Of course, I'm collecting it right now because I'm standing so close, but if I wasn't doing that, it would go straight inside of our double chest. You can see just how OP this is. I mean, we've already got nearly 2 stacks of kelp, and we've not even had it on for that long. Anyway, that is farm number 2. Let's get on to the 3rd one. Farm number 3 not only utilizes our kelp farm, but it utilizes our gold farm as well. We can sell the rotten flesh for emeralds, and as we do this trade, we're actually going to get XP as well. And that is the same for the dried kelp blocks as well. I can sell each one of these for 1 emerald, as you can see here. Unfortunately, I've maxed out these trades right now, but thanks to this farm and this specific system, this goes all the way down to 1, meaning I can get literally 1 for 1. Of course, once I do that trade as well, I do get XP. Now, this is not any normal villager trading station. This is the OP villager trading station, which is exactly why I wanted to show it you. See, the heart of this trading station is a zombie spawner, and there is a very good reason for that. A very long time ago, I got a DM time. I think it was on Instagram. And then I covered this bug or feature, whatever it may be. I still literally don't know. However, it is so OP. Whatever villagers are in the range of this zombie spawner, once the zombie spawner spawns a zombie villager, the prices of any villager around that spawner will quite literally drop to 1 emerald trade. I've literally done like 2 cures in this whole farm for every single one of these villagers. You can see here, I'm literally buying enchanted diamond items for 1 emerald each. I can buy every single enchanted tool apart from the hoe, and every single diamond enchanted armor as well. And again, all for 1 emerald. And I'm not kidding you when I'm saying you can get pretty much everything you're ever gonna need from villagers. Like, for real. For starters, clerks can offer you not only XP for buying any one of these items. Say, for example, I want to buy this glowstone dust. You can hear that I get a little bit of XP for doing the actual trade. But if we go down here, we can quite literally buy bottles of XP. Meaning we're going to get XP for doing the trade. And, of course, receive XP as well. Now, another way to get XP is to simply disenchant the enchanted items that you get. Of course, the higher the enchanted item is, I think the more XP you get. This isn't the best way to get XP, but it still is a way. As I said, you can quite literally get everything to keep you going forever, including food like bread, pumpkin pie, suspicious stew. Damn, I wish I didn't do that. And my personal favorite, golden carrots. Not to mention, I can quite literally get any maxed out enchanted book for 1 emerald trade. That does include mending, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get the message, right? I can get any maxed out enchant for 1 emerald. Literally, 1 emerald. Now that's a good price. The final thing I would probably mention about this farm is there are quite literally numerous ways to get yourself unlimited emeralds. Let me show you. For example, these librarians buy or sell, should I say, bookshelves for 1 emerald each. I'll literally just grab 12, for example. If I remove any books I've got on me at the moment, place those down, and then break them up, you can see we started off with 12, but now we have 36. I can quite literally go back to that exact same villager where we bought the bookshelves and sell him back the books for, you know, like a lot of emeralds. For every book, we get 1 emerald, which is pretty good. We can only do 12 at a time, so we are going to need to sell another 12 to this guy. But you get what I'm saying. We literally have unlimited emeralds. I noticed a few people saying something about the glass bottles, selling them to these guys. Like, you can buy glass off of these guys just here. You can literally turn them into glass bottles using a crafting table. So yeah, it's the clerks that buy the glass bottles, and on this specific farm, because the rates drop down, for every glass bottle I'm gonna get an emerald. That is a decent trade. I'm sure there are many decent trades like that. Again, if you guys do know any more decent trades like that, let me know in the comments below. If you are wanting to build an exact villager trading station like this, I'm going to put a link in the description. However, I am going to be doing an updated video soon. In the updated video, I'm going to be doing this middle section because remember, you can actually use the bottom of the spawner, the middle, and the top, like above it. As long as the villagers are in the radius of the spawner, you are going to get those super OP discounted prices. So yeah, remember, if you want a link, it's in the description below. Literally, that farm will make you so rich that you quite literally don't need to keep all of the stuff. You can just throw it away in the void. You know, you're going to get that back so fast. There we go. There are my top 3 OP farms that work in the current version of the game. That is all I've got time for today. I will catch you on the next one.